Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS. I'm on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, we want to bring you today's latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, post out today's show. All right, so Fabrizio Romano will be one of our transfer gurus. Come and let us know, say, this is fact for me, I think this is a shocking story because it's a Emirates is a bit keen on joining Tottenham Hotspur. You get, I know say Arsenal self get interest in the player. The way I take see the reports, I see Fabrizio Romano broke it. Tottenham Hotspur are in talks for Eberechi. This is a separate deal from Savinho. Now, discussions restarted with Eze after medicine injury with Spurs, looking at both Eberechi Eze and both Savinho. Now, Eze is understood to be open to the move, but deal is depending on Crystal Palace because his clause has already expired. So, Crystal Palace, according to what we hear from Fabrizio Romano, they never opened talks with Tottenham Hotspur, just like they never opened talks with Arsenal. But the player they open to joining them, just like they open to joining Arsenal, because I don't go really blame this guy because if he be saying maybe don't wait, Arsenal never really put body. So make it not be like saying they now transfer window end because from the look of things, Arsenal need to sell before they will buy. They need to sell maybe Zinchenko, or they need to sell Fabi Vieira before they can trigger this deal. So now what's me I see, and furthermore, Romano going to say Tottenham Hotspur will try to sign both Berechese and Savio in the final 20 days. So shey this one now go make Arsenal wake up, Congo conclude the deal, or whether Arsenal don't already move on from Eberechi that looking at somebody else, we don't really know because that could also be the case. Maybe instead of buying a midfielder that can also play on the left, maybe Arsenal want to buy a direct left winger. And according to reports why they see down, say Trossard won't leave. I think that might be the likeliest thing will go happen because if Trossard leaves, we need to bring in a direct left winger, just like Trossard, where they help us play on the left. Get, and that person they go bring now, fit become an upgrade to Martinelli because it will make zero sense to bring in a left winger who is a downgrade to Martinelli or at par with Martinelli. So now the way my brain they work, why they see this thing. And now when you further look at the London Evening Standard and Football London reports, now Football London say according to Korea it's Bergamo, you get, we know say Lookman already rejects potential move to Arsenal. However, if Eberechi joins Tottenham Hotspur before Arsenal sanctions on sales, Mikel Arteta may yet look elsewhere for a 7th summer signing because it is quite clear that a 7th summer signing must come in. Now, this 7th summer signing, now still with Trossard being in the club, we need a 7th summer signing. If Trossard now leaves, are we going to bring in the 7th summer signing and the 8th summer signing? Because if we bring in somebody else, that's like for Trossard. Will you still bring in somebody else? I don't really know. As you see, that's what Mr. Valley see. Now, away from that, based on my own availability, what I know this today, remember I said I know go day around is because I was invited to a summit that was held at the University of Lagos, Unilag. So they invited about 10 different universities. So my counselor invited me. It will be like about 10 or 15 National Open University students who represent National Open University. So the program, now Nigerian Army Tertiary Students and Future Journalists Parley, organized by the Nigerian Army and Africa Center for Media and Intercultural Dialogue. The team, unifying the sword and the pen. So the Chief of Army Staff actually supposed to be for the event, but he no come. He can send Brigadier General O.M. Oyekola. So he was there. Then Ahmed, the CEO of Ahmed, they are also in collaboration with Nigerian Army. So now then also do the events. Then the Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, and I mean instant picture for there to get so himself in there. So apart from that, Nigerian Union of Journalists, there's so many different people. The Dean of Mass Communication, Unilag, the Vice Chancellor. Now very big events. Like I was happy to be there. So as our counselor told me that I should come and represent National University, I couldn't say no because I also wanted to go there because you can't tell networking purpose. Now the opportunity I take gets to know the DG we were speaking. You can ask questions, everywhere scattered. Police, I know people's video. So at the end of the show, you have to come and because the talk say if you are reporting national issues, you need to report with compassion. You get something so Nigeria Army do, no, we just talk them like that. So I was like, where do you now draw the line between the rights of the public to know and the fact that you don't want to report everything Nigeria Army is doing everywhere boss to get? So it was a very nice event. So that was why I was not available today. So I just come back like after 5. That's why I said I just do this show so that we'll still do a second show subsequently in the evening. So that's why my apologies, when I don't vex. All right, moving on. Now, Fabrizio Romano going to give us breaking news. Leandro Trossard is set to leave Arsenal this summer, according to the BBC. You get, so now waiting Baba explain. Now, by the virtue of the fact say Trossard won't leave, now make a talk say a direct winger is going to be coming in to replace the outgoing Trossard. That was supposed to be the normal thing we're supposed to do, but we'll just the watch. Who won't even sign him? You get, because when the year say Galatasaray, they already put Trossard top of their list. Should Galatasaray won't come sign him last by their brothers and sisters? I don't really know, but we'll just watch. Now, talking about Galatasaray, we couldn't get another report say Galatasaray don't open talks with Manchester City. They won't sign Elderson. And make another lie for you. This move is looking like it will go through. Say Elderson will leave. From waiting me, I see. You get. Why am I saying so? Because the issue with PSG again with Donnarumma, Manchester City won't capitulate on that one, carry the player. Breaking, according to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester City called for Giorgio Donnarumma as a potential target. How much? Very, very cheap. 26 million. You get. And this guy is going to be an upgrade on this Ederson, because Ederson, I don't know what's going to do him these days. You know, they perform the way we're supposed to perform. So more just to watch as that oneself go be. Now, in the same line, so Benjamin Sesko going to talk about next season. Can say if there will be crosses, the Manchester United fans, if there will be crosses, do not worry, because I will be there for sure. I will be there. As I make this statement, you know what I can't remember? The reason Mikel Arteta wanted to go for Benjamin Sesko because of cross and nodding, based on the way people they play against us, 10 men behind the ball. We know they get that option than to go long. Get. And when you watch last season, we were going like you come like say anything square play corner kick, now we get them. So now one of the major reasons we make Arteta be the reason this player, but now the Manchester player in B, so that one said day. Now away from that, look at the drama where they happen for Newcastle, where everybody they talk about now. Say Talk Sports, they analyze them, Sky Sports, they analyze them, ESPN, they like everybody, they analyze this particular story. Alexander Isak tell Newcastle, say he no go ever play for them again. Say if in career there is over. So whether they sell him, they no sell him, he no go play for them. Now, when I read this report, I just they laugh. Why they laugh? Some players know they understand, say they have a contract. Nobody put one for your head. When you sign that contract, you signed it. Now, you can't tell the club that you will not play for them. Who go lose? Okay, let's assume you don't play for them and the transfer window end. You did for bench all your life. You don't play till the entire time of the season. Who lose? And they now suspend your pay. So you are there without pay and you stay. Who lose at the end of the day? In fact, I was listening to Talk Sports, Simon Jordan, when I did for Inside Boss, when I come back house. I was listening to Simon Jordan. They say, if na him be Newcastle, he go call the bluff of Alexander Isak. Say, do your worst. You are not going anywhere. Say, look at what happened to Morgan Gibbs White. Into Agbara Gidi, I want to go to Tottenham Hotspur. I want to go there. After taking my deal, Marianakis tell and say, Baba, you go nowhere. You either stay here, sign new contract to increase your pay, or you keep being angry but you go nowhere. What happened at the end of the day? Morgan Gibbs White signed a new contract, got a bumper pay rise. Baba don't be continue to play. In the future now, if he still leave, but nobody mago with Tottenham Hotspur want to carry him. That's why they run come for abilities now, because they couldn't get Morgan Gibbs White. So I don't know how Newcastle will approach this thing, because internally they've told him you are going nowhere. They've told Liverpool he's not coming. So more just to watch what will happen in the remaining days. We will remain. Most see all eyes are on Newcastle. You get most ways to happen there. Even Paul Metz himself, both months, they say, in fact, Isaac could have departed Newcastle as a hero this summer. If you're saying come pre-season, normal, but say the attempts to push for a move, it don't damage in legacy. You get, it don't damage, because at the same time the situation is ridiculous. I don't just to read all the plenty things say Baba they talk, but I know say unless they talk and say it don't make sense. When you look at the last paragraph, it say suddenly an absolute spanner has been thrown into the works by Isaac by saying he's not going to play for them again. Does he have the power, the authority to do that? The answer is no. It must surely backfire. Surely it must backfire. You get, because you are contracted to the club. You are. You get. Even Samuel Jordan was saying Newcastle should tell Liverpool, see, this player that don't enter in head, pay 150 million to carry him. If you cannot carry him, keep quiet and disappear, desist from contacting him or saying any other thing, because they don't use media enter the guy head. You get. So now what things Samuel Jordan they advise them, but me, I think really interested to see how the drama will end up at the end of the day. Now, away from that. Alright, so Zinchenko stands on Arsenal exit. Oh my God, believe Zinchenko prefer to stay for Arsenal for this final lap. Zinchenko get 1 year left on his contract. He prefer, say Zinchenko could choose to depart Arsenal as a free agent in the summer of 2026, according to the Athletic. Say the guy they give consideration to seeing out the final year of his contract. Imagine, we think of to sell you more, take all their money. You they think of staying here and do what? Staying here and to be chopping on our money, collecting salary. This type of people now are supposed to give them a reduction in their salary. But I not just closure, because it's not like you are a member of the first level. Fine, you are going to add depth, but now we want to recruit. We want to go for free instead of us to collect it, even at the 13 million more collect them. Who knows who did? Now, Rodrigo is wanted by Manchester City on specific request by Pep Guardiola, according to Fabrizio Romano. So now Pep request say this one, bring down him I want. I go use and replace Savio. Even the Savio now, Man City don't carry the price go up to 70 million euros, and I hear say Spurs they willing to pay, according to Fabrizio Romano. So then they push to sell this Savio so that they can get Rodrigo. Talking about the same Rodrigo, Fabrizio Romano say breaking Real Madrid now officially. Don't be before the year the marker, the year WAS. This one Real Madrid now officially. Don't tell everybody say it will take 100 million for you to get a Rodrigo, which is why it is quite impossible that Real Madrid will let Rodrigo leave on loan to Arsenal when they know they can get 100 million for the player now. They'll come and give you on loan. You will not pay the 100 million. You see, say Arsenal don't follow for the equation when it comes to Rodrigo. You get. So now Manchester City now won't go take the risk. At the end of the day, we will know whether the guy go better, I mean no go better, the guy go play well or not. Because this Savio now they won't sell. Once upon a time, everybody felt he was going to light up the EPL. But what happened at the end of the day? He did nothing. So it happen like that sometimes. Get. Now, I did try to hasten up the show so that I will post the video on time, because time don't really go. You get. I'm recording this video around after almost to 6. Now, we can see this picture of Alonso Davis after him go ACL injury. 5 months after ACL, see his leg don't shrink. The right leg don't shrink. See the left leg. And not being the first person where I don't see this type of thing happen to. This thing happened to Carvajal in leg self shrink. You see this ACL, anterior cruciate ligament injury, not the small thing, no. Not everybody they go that injury come back the same. That's why most times when you go, come back. God do and well for Timber. Timber go come back, still remain normal. Get. No, not be everybody. Get. You will never remain the same. Like most people, you know they're easy for them, but everybody they built differently. Now, Martin Zubimendi, they talk about the new league where they come this season. He said the best is yet to come. In fact, when you read the entirety of the report from Just Arsenal, they say Zubimendi says it's a good end to the preseason. The best is yet to come in the end. The league is a league. We like to compete. We like to win. I'm very happy that it is starting now. Yes, you know, waiting about talk. So they're going to look about Nelson. Nelson's transfer impact after 37 million pound bid submitted. Now Fulham don't increase the bid for the player with the one carry. So what than Nelson, I've been seeing that the player name again, Seth. So Marco Silva side have submitted a club record 37 million offer to Shakhtar Donetsk for star winger Kevin, not Nelson, Kevin. So then one side the guy. So we just say if they go for this guy, they may not come for Bruce Nelson again. So now waiting be just here now. But well, it is what it is. We'll just see how everything will unfold at the end of the day. So my dear Arsenal lovers, So we'll bring you our first message from one of our sponsors, Mobile Water Associates and Co Limited. They're into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They're into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 80646422 34, and they're located on number 7 Ekeniwo Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. So the biggest news of the day, then be the fact that Fabrizio Romano, what they let us say, very cheesy. They're very open to joining Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, even though Arsenal get interest, so what's it remain, and I make Tottenham Hotspur open talks with Crystal Palace, agree a fee, pay, and get the player. So we'll see what it will be Arsenal's response to this interest now. So with that being said, I think it's a fact to call the show an end. It's like come your way later tonight to give you the night show. Till then, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Now get out. Alright, guys. Ciao. Hey, wow.